IP S514 Strategy. When the test scores of students in 8 subjects are evaluated, which of the following is the most appropriate type of graph where each student can compare the average score per subject with his or her own score per subject and evaluating the score balance between the subjects? A. Scatter diagram. B. Histogram. C. Pie chart. D. Radar chart. A radar chart, also known as web chart, spider chart, star plot, cobweb chart, irregular polygon, polar chart or Kvyat diagram, is a graphical method of displaying multivariate data in the form of a two-dimensional chart of 3 or more quantitative variables represented on axes starting from the same point. The relative position and the angle of the axis is typically uninformative. Radar chart is used to compare and balance multiple elements. For example, the above chart represents the allocated budget versus actual spending for a given organization. Therefore, D is the most appropriate type of graph. Other options are described as below. A. A scatter diagram, also called a scatter plot and correlation chart, is a visualization of the relationship between two variables measured on the same set of individuals. A scatter diagram plots two property values on the x and y axis to show the correlation between two kinds of data. Scatter plots are very helpful in graphically showing the pattern in a set of data. Below are the 3 correlation types that can be observed: positive, negative, and no correlation. B. A histogram is a display of statistical information that uses rectangles to show the frequency of data items in successive numerical intervals of equal size. It is an estimate of the probability distribution of a continuous variable, quantitative variable, and was first introduced by Carl Pearson. In the most common form of histogram, the independent variable is plotted along the horizontal axis, and the dependent variable is plotted along the vertical axis. The data appears as colored or shaded rectangles of variable area. An example histogram of the heights of 31 black cherry trees. C. A pie chart or a circle chart is a circular statistical graphic which is divided into slices, with each slice representing a category of data to illustrate numerical proportion. In a pie chart, the arc length of each slice, and consequently its central angle and area, is proportional to the quantity it represents. While it is named for its resemblance to a pie which has been sliced, there are variations on the way it can be presented. The earliest known pie chart is generally credited to William Playfair's Statistical Breviary of 1801. Pie charts are very widely used in the business world and the mass media. For example, pie charts showing the relative numbers of native English speakers in the major English-speaking countries of the world.